What's up, YouTube? Yeah, I know I haven't posted a video since August when I pulled that engine that's supposed to go in an Holden Gray out of my friend's brother's truck. So, but I've had some developments go on because of coronavirus and stuff. We ended up losing our apartment and stuff and whatnot. Complicated situation. Really don't want to go into that one, but my wife and I we're physically separated, but we're not separated relationship-wise. We're still together, and it's just she has to live down in Arizona with her mom and dad, and that's where the kids are at right now as well. And then I had to stay up in Utah, and just wanted to say I don't work for the parts store anymore. And that's another reason why I haven't been really posting videos is money. It costs money to be able to do the projects that I want to do and to put out the content that I want to do. And any of you guys looking into doing this YouTube thing or follow the major YouTube channels out there, a lot of them have put out videos saying that there is cost involved. I'm not, and a lot of you guys will say, set up a Patreon and, whatnot. I don't want to have all you guys fund my projects. If I'm going to do something like that, I'd rather wait till I have a bigger subscriber base, and whatnot to be able to do stuff like that when I am able to get around to it. So I just figured I'd just kind of throw out a quick update video. Due to circumstances, especially lack of decent pay, and other circumstances I'm not going to mention, I did leave the parts store. I'm no longer doing work in retail anymore, and quite frankly I don't want to. I mean, it don't pay worth a damn. The only benefit to working there was the employee discount on merchandise and parts. All right, and as much as that would have helped, it's not really helping you guys out when I get my stuff for cheaper, and then when I do a cost analysis, I can't show you what I actually spent on it, because then you guys would want that price, and the company's not going to allow that. So that's why I never put out what my price was on that, on a lot of the stuff I got. And not to mention with economics and demographics, prices change. The same part could be $5 cheaper where I'm at, but $5 more expensive across the country. So it just, demographics change, but give you a basic idea. So, but a little bit of history on the last several months. I decided my last day at the parts store was New Year's Eve, so December 31st. And then I had about a week and a half off before I started my new job. And my new job is something I'm not unfamiliar with. This is actually, I went back to doing a job that I had done since 2006 when I joined the military, which was drive truck. So I'm back driving truck long haul again. So you guys are going to see a little bit different content coming on the channel. Because since I started driving truck again and whatnot, I've kind of moseyed on YouTube just to see what's out there. And when it comes to the trucking, and there's a lot of trucker vlogs out there. Now, I'm not going to go out and I don't have GoPros or any of these other cameras. I got limited storage space on my phone right now, and I'm just getting back into the industry and starting out again. So I don't have a whole lot of money right now to buy expensive stuff, cameras and things like that, until I can get running and whatnot, and really get some money coming in to be able to afford to buy that stuff, so I can set up a dash mount, so I can, and then I'm also trying to figure out how I can edit video on my phone. That's kind of becoming a pain in the royal rear end too, is trying to figure out what editing software I can use that's user friendly, because I'm not a real tech savvy person. I'm not a real computer savvy type person. So if any of you guys that are subscribed or come across this video and watch it, want to see, throw out some ideas on some user friendly editing software that I can use and whatnot, and possible places I can do storage that doesn't going to cost me an arm and a leg a month in storage fees, then I'd really like to get some input on that, especially those vloggers out there, especially trucking vloggers out there, how you guys do your stuff, because I'm kind of curious on that. And But right now, I'm sitting in my truck. I am in Johnson's Corner Petro. This is February 17th, 2021. Give me the ability to... I guess it doesn't give me the ability to turn the camera around. I got to figure that out. Because while I'm recording is how to turn the views on my camera. But give you an idea, that's where I'm at. Johnson's Corner Petro truck stop. Near Loveland, Colorado. I deliver this load that I'm on tomorrow morning. It's open delivery, so anywhere between 0800 and 1400 in the afternoon. I'm going to get in there about 7 o'clock in the morning. And because from previous, I drove truck long haul for a number of years prior to this, and then I took a 4.5 year hiatus and decided to come back to it. So from what I can remember, from what I'm seeing just coming down here from Cheyenne on 25, this place is really expanded. It's got a lot of traffic. I'm hoping this area sleeps and is not like some of the other metropolitan areas where it's bad traffic no matter what time of day or night. So the last time I rolled through here, I always try to roll through here, and this was last time I've been in this area was about 2015, so about 5-6 years ago. Yeah, I'd have to say probably about 5 years ago, 5 or so years ago, 6 years ago, when I rolled through here last, and it wasn't nowhere near as developed as it is now, and I'm just north of Denver, and this place has exploded. So I'm hoping, you know, come 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, local time, traffic is light enough that I can make it through, because I'm delivering in like central Denver, okay, just right off, just come down 25 north, you hit the 70 east for one exit, and I'm literally right off the exit is where I'm delivering right there. And I'm just hoping that the traffic is light enough that I can get in here. Because one thing I can't stand is driving something this big and long and heavy traffic. And a lot of you veteran drivers out there will agree with me, and I'm not bitching about it. You know, there is this thing of
a new message has arrived.
I got messages. I'll check those in a minute.
Has arrived.
But
a new message has arrived.
Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, okay? I will drive in heavy traffic if I have to. Doesn't mean I have to like it. All right? So, those of you out there that want to comment saying it's part of the job, quit your bitching, well, here's the thing. I'll do it. I'm not saying I won't do it. Job requires me to do it, I'm going to do it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. You're right, I don't like it. So, I get in, and then I go drop my empty off at a brewery out here, and then I'm going to bobtail over and pick up my loaded. My loaded is heading back to Utah, and then I'm going to go home. I've been solo because of the amount of time I've been off the road, the 4.5, 5 years or so that I've been off the road. The company I come to drive for had to put me in back through a kind of a refresher road training with a trainer for about 3 weeks, and I actually did about 2.5 weeks. My trainer said I good enough after 2.5 weeks that I can get out and get on my own truck, and I'm in my own truck now. And my future plans, I'm going to stick with this job. All right, obviously I've come off the road, I've done local stuff, local truck driving, working construction, and then I end up finding myself going back long haul and whatnot. This is the third time, all right, since I started driving truck that I've come off the road and then come back on. But it's the longest stint of being off the road I've had. All right, I started driving for Swift in 2010, and then I drove for Smoot Brothers for a little bit, which is out of Brigham City, or just north of Brigham City. Drove for them for a little bit, and then I come off the road for a few months, maybe a year, and then I ended up going back, for about a year. I worked as a temp at a diaper plant in Ogden, Kimberly-Clark. And then I started driving truck again, working for Morgan Pavement, which was a paving maintenance company. They do some asphalt, actual asphalt, putting new stuff down. But I worked in the slurry seal division, so we actually slurry put a protection layer over existing asphalt. I did that for a season, and then went to drive for James Clark for a while. That ended in disaster, and I'm not talking like accidents or anything. I mean, there was an accident involved, but I quit that company because the owner was a complete jackass. But karma came and got his ass in the end, to be honest with you, because he ended up losing his company, from what I've been told. Again, can't confirm or really deny that. I'm not interested. I don't ever intend to work for that company again, to be quite honest with you. On the idle shut off on my truck. But, yeah. Then I come off the road for a little bit with in between them, and then I started working for a salt plant, Compass Minerals, out at the north end of the Salt Lake, driving single and double belly dumps on private property, heavy haul type, big ass trailers. I mean, we would put 50, 60 tons of salt and potash in these trailers. I mean, they would stack them high. They would fill these trailers good and full, not just up to the top of the brim. I mean, they would several feet. So we're talking 200,000-300,000 pound gross vehicle weight is what we run on these dikes in between the ponds. I did that for about 3 seasons. And again, seasonal job. Summertime we were shut down. So in the summertime, I went in between one of the 2 seasons. I went to work for Intermountain Slurry Seal. And then when the season started back up, I went back to work out at Circle A. Needless to say, I won't do road construction again. It's just, no. It takes a special kind of person, and I'm not that special kind of person to do road construction, so I'm not going to do it. I'd rather just stick with just hauling freight. So, I had a lot of people actually been bugging me over the last 4.5 years to come back on the road, but after Intermountain Slurry Seal, I went back to work for Circle A for my 3rd season, and then from there, after the season shut down there, I went to work for Knight. Well, no, I went to work for Knight in between there. I drove for Knight for about a year. And honestly, I mean, Swift, anybody who knows the trucking industry knows, okay, Swift, best in crash, right? That's what everybody's saying about Swift. I'm not defending Swift here, but I'm not and supporting them in any way. I was honestly treated like total shit. I mean, I was just a number to them. Even though they say you're not a number to them, and I see that in their current advertisements for trying to get people to come work for them. I hear on the satellite radio all the time, come work for Swift. From what I've been told by other Swift drivers and stuff being out here the last while or so, Swift hasn't changed. They haven't changed. And then I found out that back in either 17 or 18, Knight and Swift merged. Now, I'll go back to work for Knight. I actually enjoyed working for Knight. Knight treated me well. One of the larger conglomerate companies to work for based on my personal experience. Now, again, everybody's going to have a different opinion based on their experiences with the company. Now, again, my opinion of Swift is based off of my experience with them. Was some of that caused by me? Potentially. I considered myself young and dumb at the time. Definitely had ego. Woohoo, look at me. I'm a big bad truck driver. I'm 21 years old with a CDL. I can drive a truck. That's the typical beginner, novice to the industry mentality I see a lot of people have. Now, I'm not saying all of you have it. But I see a lot of new drivers have that. And it's not just being the young, 21-year-old, 22-year-old drivers. Just anybody in general, no matter the age group, I've seen kind of have that mentality. Okay, as a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention names, has only been doing this for a little over a year, kind of has that mentality. And again, these drivers will quickly be humbled. I know I was. All right. So, yeah. Knight was pretty much the last company I drove long haul for up to this point. And that was actually in between my second and third season at Circle A. And then I come off the road, went back to work for Circle A for that third season. And then end of 2016, pretty much, I didn't drive, middle of 2016. June is when we shut down for the summer. And the state ended up screwing me on my seasonal unemployment. I had to go find it. I had to go work. I had to have money coming in, because I had bills at the time. Still do. So with that being said, I ended up just finding what jobs I could, and I ended up at the parts store. And I could have easily got my hazmat endorsement on my CDL and went and drove for O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's who I was working for. I figured since I'm no longer working there, I'll reveal who I was working for if you guys haven't figured it out from my previous videos. Yeah, I worked for O'Reilly Auto Parts in Utah. Now, granted, O'Reilly Auto Parts is nationwide. I think they are in all 50 states now. I don't think there's a state in the union that they're not in. And now they've just expanded. As of last year, they acquired Maesa Auto Parts out of Mexico. So now they're across their southern border in Mexico. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like AutoZone, because I know AutoZone's in Canada, they're also in Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised if O'Reilly Auto Parts is going to also expand across our northern borders as well into our neighbors to the north. All right, but as for our country, we've got stores in Hawaii, we've got stores in Alaska, and I know we've got stores across every state in the lower 48. Now we have stores in Mexico. So we're pretty big, or they're pretty big. I no longer work for them. Definitely got a lot of politics involved over there is one of the big reasons why I left, especially liberals. I'm not getting into politics, all right? It doesn't matter. I don't care what your political opinion is. If you're liberal or conservative, I don't care. This channel's not about politics. It never has been and it never will be. Keep politics out of it. If you hate Trump, fine, hate Trump. I don't care. Leave it off my channel. All right, and then that's the big thing with YouTube right now is they are censoring things. That's why I want to keep politics off my channel. I don't want my channel taken down. So I'm just staying out of the political spectrum. If I wanted to get involved into politics, I'd create a different channel or I'd go to a different platform. All right. I'm not stating what my political opinion is. I'm neither left or right. I'm in the center. That's all I'm saying. All right. When it comes to politics, I'm not saying who I voted for or who I support, because there is a big backlash against that. And it doesn't matter what side you're on, whether you're left or right, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. Okay. There is a big backlash on the social media against that, and I want nothing to do with it. I'm not doing this YouTube thing to make money. Though, again, I get my channel big enough and I can monetize, sure, fine. Make a little bit of extra money and help me with my projects. But I'm not looking to do it for money. Okay, I'm looking to do it to get information out to you guys. All right, just things, how I do things. And then maybe get some of you guys to even inform me on some things as well. If I could do something better, let me know. But that's what I'm just mainly trying to do. I am going to be doing more. I'm going to try to do some trucking vlogs so you guys kind of see what I'm doing out here on the road. All right. I would like to do a video on installing a CV. This one's not fully installed yet. I mean, I got it hooked up. It's got power. But the antenna is right here. The antenna wires. And I don't have... I got to put the brackets and stuff on out here to put my antennas on, and then I want to do a video on how to tune that as well. And then just do some other basic videos like how to fuel a truck, maybe go over the log books, things like that. For those of you who might be interested in getting into truck driving, there's plenty of resources on YouTube, and I figured I'd add to that. All right, that's kind of one of the things I'm going for, and that's just kind of what I want to do, is something to pass the time while I'm out here on the road. And then when I'm home and I have, because this job pays way better than the parts store ever did, so I'll be making the money to afford to pay retail price for parts. But I do intend to go owner-operator. I do intend to go owner-operator. I want to buy my own truck, lease onto the company I'm driving for. I can get a commercial account at O'Reilly's to cover parts for the truck. And that can get me better pricing there. So that's probably where I'm going to go, how I'm going to do that. And but right now it's just run my ass off, put away as much money as I can. If I do need to do repairs on old and gray, I'll try to film them. I'll actually have more time to be able to do that. To be able to film my repairs and stuff, because trust me, it's going to need some. Like I said, I'm not near the truck, so I can't do a walk around of the pickup, tell you what all it needs, but I took the radio out of it. I took, obviously, the CB out of it. This was the CB in my big rig here. This is the CB that I actually had in the truck, in the pickup. That actually also was the CB I had when I drove for night. So I've actually had this thing peaked and tuned. So as soon as I get the rest of the system installed, get these wires hidden and whatnot, and get the antennas hooked up, I am going to possibly do a video on how to peak, or not, just how to tune those once you get them installed in your truck. Because there is some videos, but not a whole lot of them. So, but eventually I wouldn't mind getting some rigs where I can put a camera up on the dash so I can talk to you while I'm driving, maybe turn it around like a dash cam so you can see what's going on in front of me. And then maybe a camera on one of my mirrors I can use you can see me backing places I go to. So, you know, something like that. And then when I'm home, I'll be doing more automotive videos. So, I would like to, again, my plans is I'm going to do more carbureted Quadrajet videos. I noticed my Quadrajet videos are becoming really popular. I'm going to do some more wiring videos. I have trail lights and stuff I'd like to install on the truck, and other electrical repairs I need to do on the truck. Project Resurrection has pretty much been at a standstill. I haven't done anything to it. I do intend to start working on that again, though. I do have the two engines. I have the small block and the big block to build. At this point, I just don't know where to start with this at this point, but I do have plans, and I will be putting more content out. So, but this video is getting long enough, so I'm going to let you guys go, and I might even do a walk around of my truck and after I get it cleaned up, because it's kind of a mess. I've been in it for about almost a week now. So after I get it cleaned up and stuff, I might give you guys a little bit of a tour of it, and we'll go from there. So yeah, it's a bit of an update, and see you out on the road.